This is Let's Talk Chattanooga Real Estate, the podcast where we cover home buying, home selling, home improvement tips and ideas, market trends and developments, and investing in real estate. If you own real estate in the Chattanooga, Tennessee area, or want to own real estate here, then you're in the right place. Let's Talk Chattanooga Real Estate is hosted by Blake Watson, a real estate agent and investor in Tennessee and Georgia.
Welcome to Let's Talk Chattanooga Real Estate. I'm Blake Watson, your host, and I am a licensed realtor brokered by Epique Realty. And my guest on today's show is Steve Davis from Bloomin Blinds. Welcome, Steve.
Hey, thanks for having me, Blake.
It's good to have you today. Tell me, what does Bloomin Blinds do?
Bloomin Blinds does anything that goes on your window, whether it's going to be shutters, shades, motorization. We even do repairs. If you have a shade that is repairable, the dog's not ripped it, from limb to limb, we can go in and fix a horizontal blind, a cellular shade, and that way you could get a little bit more life out of those shades. But if it goes on a window, we do it.
Do you mostly do new windows, existing windows? What?
It's either. I think most of the business I get right now is new homeowners moving into a new home, and more times than not, it is new construction, but we'll still go into a historical home, a house that could have been built in the 70s. It doesn't matter. We have a product that will fit that window and a solution for you. So it's really, I don't think it's. I think maybe the market dictates right now what it is, but it doesn't matter. If you're in a condo downtown, an older home in North Shore, a newer home in the suburbs in Ooltewah, we can take care of you.
That's funny you say that about you're doing a lot of new construction, because it just reminds me, and I talk to my clients about this all the time when we're looking at new construction homes. I said, you're going to get here, and day one, you're going to move all your stuff in, and you're going to say, how do I cover these windows up so that I can actually sleep tonight?
Yeah, I experienced that when I bought my home. My wife and I moved out to Harrison about 6 years ago. Same thing, got everything end of August. Of course, it's not pleasant outside,
sure.
Right? And we have these huge windows that aren't covered, so we did makeshift things, right? Blankets, towels, whatever. Had a baby at the time, and then I guess about 2 or 3 weeks later, we got our window coverings, and I would say that's at the point it felt like at home, right? The house was complete once we got those in.
That's right.
And it cooled the house off, which was a blessing, because it was certainly the wrong time of a year to not have something covering that window.
You've been in town for a number of years, but
Right.
Tell me about where your origins are here in Tennessee.
Yeah, I grew up just south of downtown Knoxville, Tennessee, in a little one red light town called Seymour. It's kind of like Ooltewah is to Chattanooga, I would say, like
Sure.
distance wise. But came in here for grad school. The UT Knoxville at the time didn't have the program I was in. A friend of the family, their son had came down here. And so just on a whim, I drove to Chattanooga, not knowing what to expect, really. And then instantly fell in love with the town. Like, I'd parked my car at UTC. I had a backpack that day, a good pair of tennis shoes, walked from UTC all the way over to the North Shore across the Walnut Street Bridge. And I was like, man, this place, it felt really alive.
Yeah, it does.
And I was in my late 20s at the time. So, that was the vibe I was looking for. Went home that day, told my parents, I was like, I put a deposit on an apartment. I'm going to move down there tomorrow, which was not the news they wanted, because I had just got home from college, and here I was moving again, but didn't plan on staying. But I love it here. I think the town has exploded since I've been here. It doesn't look like it did 20 years ago. It doesn't look the same. Been a great place to start a family. Bought my first house. I'm a Chattanooga now. I've even changed my minor league affiliation to the Lookouts from the Smokies. So I pull for the Lookouts now.
That's great.
But yeah, I love being here, and I love seeing the growth that Chattanooga's had. It's been mind blowing, really. From the
it really
things
has.
downtown to the things coming in, and there's always something to do. I love this past weekend. It was my daughter's birthday. We took her to Riverfront Nights for the first show for the Fleetwood Mac cover band, and it was great.
How fun is that? Huge crowd Saturday night.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. It was awesome, and we ate good food and played on the playground and listened to the opening act and the cover band, and Chattanooga's great. Like,
Yeah,
I can't scream it enough. Like I defend Chattanooga now when folks want to say like kind of be dismissive of it. I'm like, you've never been. If you have that thought, like you come here, you're not going to want to leave.
Yeah, that's very true. If you are dismissive of Chattanooga, that's only because you haven't been here. That's right. That's it. Now let's get back to Bloomin Blinds. The business offers a number of different products,
correct,
and services. Let's go through some of those products and what their best applications are.
A basic horizontal blind, which everybody knows. I don't think you see that as much in the market right now. Like I don't think that's the trend, but that would be the most basic thing, and that's what I have in my house, right? It's the most basic thing, but they'll give you some privacy. They'll knock the light out. They let a little bit of light in. That's just part of what the product is. It's got some gaps in it where light comes through. Kind of working your way up the ladder, I guess. Product.
Now, what sort of materials do you have for those too?
Yeah, they're going to be composite, or they're going to be wood. Just composite or wood. Wood's a little bit lighter. Composite can hang with the humidity in the South, so I think you do more composite just so the humidity doesn't warp it, and it makes the product last a little bit longer.
Okay, that's interesting. So here in this region, it's helpful to have the composite because of the humidity.
It is, and it's also a little easier on your wallet as well.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay, so next, after the horizontal blinds.
Moving up, I would say it's going to be like a roller shade or a cellular shade. And I think this is probably what I'm getting the most calls for right now. Cellular shades are great because they offer the benefit of giving you some temperature control. So if it's hot outside, they're going to help cool the house. If it's cold outside, they'll help keep the house warm because they've got little air pockets in them. And those air pockets will just trap the indoor air and keep the temperature you don't want from coming in, whether it be hot or cold. And then you've got a roller shade, which is just going to pull down like a roll of like a paper towel roll, right? And those you just pull down, and they're good for blocking the sun. People that really want like a lot of room darkening or blackout, as they say, like they're probably going to want that shade. You can motorize either one of them, which is great. If you've got like a high window or something you can't reach, put a motor on them, and then you've got just press a button. They're going to go up and down.
Do you have a lot of demand for those blackout shades?
You do, especially if it's maybe like a new mom with a nursery, somebody that maybe works the graveyard shift and they're sleeping during the day will want that. But you do get a lot of requests for people wanting to make the room as dark as possible.
I've seen that with a number of people that talk to me about that. Say, I really like these blackout shades.
Yeah.
Like you said, they call them that. I'm sure you have a better name for them.
Room darkening.
Room darkening. Okay. So we go from those, and what else might you have for window coverings?
I think moving on up, it would be shutters, which shutters are great. As a realtor, you probably know shutters add value to the home.
Absolutely.
That's the one product you can put on that will add value to your home, and we get a lot of requests for shutters right now. They can be inside the window, outside the window to make it a little bit bigger. A good classic look. I don't think it's ever going to go out of style. Like they've been around forever. Definitely see an increased demand for shutters. And they, like blinds, can be composite or wood. Same thinking behind it, right? Like in the South, we're probably going to do a composite just to help with that humidity and make that product last a little bit longer as well.
Do you offer multiple colors?
Oh, sure. Most people want like a white or off-white, but you can get a wood tone, which looks great. I love a wood tone with a white frame. It has good contrast. But yeah, you can, if you wanted to do something custom, we can even do that for you. If there's like a shade of blue you like, or a shade of pink you like, even, we can make that happen for you as well. We do have one exterior product that I failed to mention, which is an exterior shade. So if you've got like a back patio area that you want to use, especially with football season about to happen, you want to have that outdoor tailgate party. We've got shades that will drop down from your overhang on your patio and will help keep the bugs out, help knock the sun out. We can knock almost 100% of the sun rays out. A little bit will sneak through, but we can really cool that area and make it a 4-season area as well. So that's the one exterior product we do have. So
when you say exterior, let me think this through. I'm picturing like being on a deck at a restaurant. Is that it?
That's exactly it. That's the example I was going to give. I was like, you've seen these at a restaurant.
Yeah.
But we can also do them for commercial space, but put them at your house as well.
Yeah, so we can make the house just like that and be able to use the outdoor space in a lot of different situations.
Sure.
I guess.
The last one would be Roman shades, which a Roman shade is going to be like a fabric covering, and just like a cellular shade or roller shade, they're just going to go up or down, but it's got a little bit, it's like a little bit higher design look to it with a Roman shade.
When somebody contacts you, how does the call go? I mean, do you come out and is it a 5-week wait, 6 weeks?
No, not at all. You can either call my cell directly. I answer. I respond to text, email.
What's that number?
423-903-0959. Give me a ring. Or you can call my call center and someone will schedule you an appointment. If you don't get home till 6 o'clock at night, I'll meet you when you get home and take care of you. So I'm going to bring everything to you. We're going to bring everything needed to measure the job. We're going to bring everything needed to show you the sample. And we even have a cool technology where I will take a picture of your window and we will render that window with the product down to the color you want, so you see what it's going to look like before you purchase it. And even it's operable on my screens. You're going to see what it looks like open, what it looks like closed.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool. And that was definitely one of the top things that drew me to Bloomin Blinds, was having that technology, being in commercial furniture for the longest time. Like, knowing that you have the ability to design in real time is a game changer.
That's really cool. I hadn't thought about that unique aspect of not having to come to a showroom. You're saying your clients don't need to come to you.
No.
They don't come to an office and look at all your different samples. You come to them and show them what it might look like.
That's it.
With these renderings. I bet people really like that.
Oh, it is. And I love to let people play designer.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm going to give you the iPad and play with it. See what you really, really like. And I had an appointment yesterday. We probably rendered 25 to 30 windows till she found what that Goldilocks zone for her was, right? Like, what was just right. That technology, seeing what you get before you buy it and seeing it on your actual window. And when we open it, you're going to see the outside. Like, if you got a garden back there, your garden shows when we open it, right? Like, it's your home. Makes the deal happen.
Yeah, mind blowing. Yeah, that's cool. I did not know that you offered that, so that's really neat. Speaking of tech, though, is there any kind of automation with blinds, that some of these motorized blinds that you can tell us about? Yeah,
if you want shutters or any kind of shade in your house, we can put a motor on them. It's great for those hard to reach, high up windows. If you've got an awesome view and you want to wake up in the morning, set that on a timer, drink your coffee while that opens. It gives you the moment, right?
Yeah. I was thinking about that. What about putting it on, an alarm clock, basically?
Yeah. You can. If you want to wake up to the sun,
right?
Waking you up, you can. Like, you get up at 7 a.m. and you want that thing to open at 7 a.m., set it, and then you want it to close at 7 p.m., set it, right? You can work it from your phone, and it comes with a remote. But it's...
you mean like a Wi-Fi thing?
It's just an app on your phone.
Yeah, an app on your phone.
An app on your phone.
Like everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got garage door openers that work with our phones.
That's
We've
it.
got refrigerators that work with our phones.
Washer and dryer.
And now our blinds work with our phones. That's cool. I guess you've got different levels of product. You've got plenty of manual options, and then you've got these.
Yeah, it can
motorized.
be. Everything's going to be cordless now. And that's great because if you got small kids or small animals, like, they can get tangled in the cord and get hurt. So all the cords are gone. Whether you do a manual cordless lift, which you can do with 2 fingers, right?
Gotcha. You just grab it and push it up.
Like, I've got a 7-year-old daughter. She could raise them all day without any issue. Or you want that motor, you just press a button and let it do its thing.
It's neat listening to these options because so many of us still live in homes that have the cords and don't have these automations.
Right.
Do you do a lot of replacements?
Oh, sure. I was at a home last week. They had great window coverings throughout that house.
You mean they had a good setup?
Yeah.
already?
Yeah. like sharp. Everything looked good, but the wife wanted everything motorized, and the husband's like, make her happy.
How about that?
So we motorized everything in their house, replaced all the existing window coverings, and here in about another week, hers will come in and we'll put up the new ones and take the old ones out. But yeah, that's making it a new home, right? Like, it's going to feel like a new home to them because they've got those new furniture is the same, paint on the walls are the same, but every window in the house has a new covering on it.
Yeah, so you kind of give people a makeover just with new window coverings.
That's it.
What a neat business.
It is. You get to bring joy to people. Like, that's great, right? Like I say, it's like never an emergency, which is it's kind of a luxury, right? Like, it's not, no one's panicking at.
Oh no, my blinds aren't working right now.
Exactly. It's never like an emergency, but you get to bring joy to people. And I love, like, when they get into it. Let's use an example. Like, man, she was really into it. From wanting to, play designer in her house. Like, it was her chance to just refresh that entire house. And I mean, she took every opportunity, she could. She's got one area that, she's used a certain color and shade on. The bedroom is different, so she bespoke design throughout that house. We custom measure every window, so everything fits perfect. Like, there's no cookie cutter to it. Like, everything is bespoke, custom made.
Steve, is there anything we haven't covered that we need to?
I like to say, hey, we are good communicators. I think that'd be the thing I'd want to follow up on. And just right, it's like, we're a good communicator. When I'm on the way, you're going to get a notification I'm on my way. You can see where I am on your phone through the technology we use, so you can watch me drive to your house, show up when we say we're going to, and deliver an install when we say we're going to. Like, that's, to me, that's the most important thing is doing, what we say we're going to do. And I pride myself on that more than anything, is like follow through and delivering.
Tell us how we can get in touch with you, Steve, if we want to have you come look at our blinds.
Oh, there's a couple ways. You can just go to bloominblinds.com, and that's Bloomin with no G, BLOOMIN blinds.com. You can call my cell phone, which I'll give you again, 423-903-0959.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, thank you.
Great to have you on the show today.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I'm Blake Watson, agent with Epique Realty. My mobile phone is 423-315-1815, and my brokerage office phone is 888-893-3537. You can find me on Facebook and LinkedIn as Blake Watson, and on Instagram as Rock and Roll Blake. My website is athomechattanooga.com. And if this podcast has been helpful, please share it with a friend and follow this podcast so you won't miss an episode. And until next time, I wish you all the best in your real estate journey.